Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching. Welcome to 7 Days to Die without matching audio because for whatever reason OBS decided to not record my voice. I went back, double checked, and it is working just fine now, but I'm going to do a little bit of voiceover while I edit. Why not? Because I don't like scripting. Scripting just feels too forced. So here I'm talking about the fact that I did a little work last night, killed a rabbit, and I'm going to point out where the rabbits were. Yeah, and I got some leather and I was able to craft a forge last night, but when I was working on adding a storage container to the back of the billboard, I whacked out one of the I-beams and the whole darn thing came down. So I spent all of last night trying to restructure that, got this platform built, so I'm going to slap down a forge. Yippee-ki-yay, we did it. Throw in the anvil. I ended up smelting down like all of my metal and some clay I gathered from the night before. Here's some of the challenges I got done. So now we went off to Trader Rex. We decided to go pick up a clear zombies mission. And it was over at Bob's Market. And initially I was like, ooh, I think I raided this on one of my walks into town. I ended up not actually knowing what this place was, but we went in and had some fun. Alright, we've been airing out this job, and this is where I realized, like, hey, I've actually not been here. So the loot wasn't all that great in this POI, like, got a bunch of murky water, that was about it. We said hi to our favorite little contractor. This is probably the point where I started complaining that stealth hits should not be only 1.5 times damage, they should be more when it comes to, like, your stealth hitting a melee, like, that takes skills, dog. He's getting a little handsy, this whole POI, a lot of dudes are getting handsy with me. I decided to go down their hole. Pretty much at the bottom of the ladder here. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. Take out crackhead Keeney. And just like that, there's our stuff. We give this a little bit of whack. I go upstairs, I loot the rest of like the little shop there. It was really like 7 blueberries and some murky water. So we went up the ladder and we're like, oh, this isn't so bad. And then you hear the hissing and the moaning and just a bunch of dudes coming out at me. So we start whacking off all these dudes. I'm like, oh crap, things are starting to get a little tight here. Butthole's starting to pucker a little bit. So we give these guys a couple whacks. That dude goes down the hole. We repair our little pipe that's on here and then we wait for homie to come back up the ladder. There he is. He goes right for the crotch, I've noticed. His arms do not swing out, they swing down, so I know what he's after. A little bit of loot action, some nudie magazine day. But again, the loot in this POI was not overly fantastic. Just got one more ammo pile, I didn't want to fall down that hole. Nudie magazine day. And we went back to Rectums.
Didn't we agree your first job was going to be free?
So I don't mind that the loot is not overly fantastic from the traders anymore when you complete quests, but we just got the magazine crafting bundle, and we really did need clay, more clay for building up the Horde Base.
But it would be
We picked one that was surprisingly not overly far away, but in the next biome. So we wanted to get some points into Lucky Looter, so we go up there, get perception up a little bit more. We really do want to get some better tier loot because I'm tired of like opening up chests and having a piece of rotten flesh and that's it. So we got Lucky Looter up a little bit. Notice those guys are just banging off in the distance. So we get back to spend the rest of our skill points here. We have Pack Mule, Master Chef. We're going to put some points into Miner 69er. Gunslinger is another good one to have, and more points into agility just because, you know, stamina and stuff like that. Alright, then off we go. We're going to head back to base and get a couple of our, we'll get our inventory sorted, and then we're going to go start heading towards that next job there. So we make it to our diggy dig location, and we just start digging down. Thankfully, the final loot box was not overly far away, and the fight that happened afterwards is not all that spectacular, so I'm going to leave that out. But inside, nudie magazine day, of course, southern farming, we get to make cottonseed, a little bit of grandpa's learning elixir. Head on back to Trader Act.
I guess I'm
So,
gonna have to
herbal
pay you.
antibiotics is what I ended up going with. I still don't think I found the treasure one, the treasure
Come to
magazine
think
where you
of
can
it, I
find
do have
honey
a
and
task for a
stumps.
load. Well, don't
So we're
just
going to
sit
head back to
there
Camp
and
Carwall. I'm
thumb
going to
up
head back to
the
our
grass.
base
Don't do the
and
goddamn
drop
job.
off some loot. Then we're going to go have some fun at Camp Carwall. That is the first POI we hit when we first started this map. So let's open up our nudie magazine bundle, a little bit of cooking magazines, and we got some armored up, which brings our skill, our crafting skill up to level 4, tier 4 armor. And just like that, we're over at Camp Carwall. Open up the front gates. Hello, how you doing? Now, we're pretty familiar with this joint by now, so we're going to try to sneak in here. We're going to get our taters and corn. It's always going to come after us here, so we're gonna start whacking off more dudes. Just half the game here is just whacking off dudes. He goes down pretty easy. Right? Easy? Yeah. A little touchy-feely, that's alright. Still gonna watch the stamina, man. He drops us a little looty bag, nudie magazine day. And this brings up our armor, primitive armor quality to level 5, which is sweet. I'm not gonna... With the armor crafting the way it is, I'm not gonna spend any of my legendary points making level 6 primitive armor. We got one zombie outside of the gate. And we're gonna leave him alone for now. I'll sneak in here, a little sneaky sneak action. Yeah, so I don't know how I whipped that first shot. But a little handsy action. Peekaboo, how are you? And then close it up. And Peekaboo, how are you? We whacked him off. He is satisfied. He is laying down on his back. Nudie magazine day, a little bit of wiring 101, a little forge ahead action. Always fantastic to get those. So we're going to sneak through here, get some more garbage because we like garbage around here. Now, there was a dude around that corner the first time we came through, so I'm not sure if... I don't remember seeing him or... Oh, I'm stuttering on my words here, but I'm trying not to edit. So I'm not sure what was going through my head. I knew he was there, and I kind of ignored him until I finally had to fight him. So we're going to go up the ladder. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Of course, me, if I leave it in, like, I get distracted so much when I'm coming through these POIs. Like, I'm gonna check every piece of trash. You see my mouth is not moving there because I plan on editing that part out. But we get to the top here, I'm like, I've been here, done that. That crate's got nothing, and then this happens. Friggin' bird right after me, too. And this is another thing I really hate, is trying to edit the birds, because sometimes they'll get you out of nowhere, then other times it takes them forever to finally aggro on you. You're sitting there looking at the sky, and you don't want to move because you don't want to be attacked by the bird again. Either way, moving along here, down we come on the catwalk. Now, I'm not remembering if there's somebody on the inside or outside of the trailer, but we'll soon find out. I hear that moaning. Bada bang, there's Crazy Cat Lady. And I think I make a comment here about it being the apocalypse. You're at home. Go ahead, don't wear a bra. Off with her head. Sweet, fantastic. Go check the loot. More nails. I guess it's kind of cool, like, not editing out, like, some of this loot gathering and stuff, because you see, like, more of how I actually go through these POIs. This part was funny. So she ended up getting trapped in between the two structures here. Just sit there and watch that happen. Eventually, I crack her in the skull. She goes down. So yeah, I do check like every cupboard, every nook and cranny. Got some taters there. Always like the food. And I do remember that beef ration. I was getting hungry and I totally forgot I had in my inventory until I was heading back to base. The homeboy outside still whacking off out there. That's fine. And lately I've been asking for toilet pistols right before I open up the toilet, and they have been more abundant, I feel like. Yeah, time to go head down this hole. Now, this is the first hole I went into on this map. Oh, that's right. Something happened. I'm like, there's a ghost in the house. Something fell that shouldn't have fallen. And believe it or not, something yesterday, the same thing, like a spoon flew off the counter that shouldn't have come off the counter. So we spark up. We're like, hey, howdy, howdy. I've seen you guys before. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. We got some sneak damage with an explosive. Who does not like damn apples? Poor Mo's trying to come out of the closet. Again, he's John Travolta over here. Come out of the closet there, John. Whack him off. He shows up his rear end. Give him a couple pecker shots. We know they're effective. We renown out that. Return to trader. Let's inspect some of this stuff here. Again, nothing. Tier 1. We do get the hunting rifle, though. The pipe rifle. Which, I did end up using later on for, I think I was just hunting with it, but we'll see as that point comes. Let's crack into the crack-a-book. What do we have here? Nudie Magazine Day. Little Tools Digest. Sweet Quality 3, finally. Great Heist. Yada, yada, yada. Get some Forge Head. Move along, Steve. We're not editing like we normally do. Did I really miss that one crate, though? I'm not going to go back and look because I'm recording my audio separately from DaVinci as I'm editing. I'm watching on DaVinci Resolve. But there goes our friend. Alright, buddy. He keep whacking away. I might have missed a crate there. Oh well. Maybe I'll check it next episode. And back to base we head. So back at Rectums, we are going to turn in our quest, pick up the 7.62, 60 rounds. We do have the pipe rifle, and we anticipate a pipe machine gun soon. So we're going to pick that up. And we're bitching about the lack of diversity in the job, so Motel 8 is the one we're going to start the next day. But first, we're going to head over to our Horde Base build spot, which is right in front of Rex, kind of like a, not too far away from our current base. So we're going to make a nerd poll here. Et voila, we have ourselves 2 hot dogs and a couple of meatballs to go with it. So right now, all I'm building is the supports for the Horde Base, and we learned in the DeLorean that the entrance and all that has to be pretty close to your fighting position here. I did learn my lesson and put down the whatcha-hooser blocks, our nerd poles here, so I stopped breaking my legs on everything. We're just gonna keep building up, building up, building up. Check out our shafts, check out distance and spacing. Not quite as centered as I would like it to be, but it is what it is. Alright, so it's nighttime here. I'm just showing off a little bit of all the stuff I'm cooking overnight. I got, was that corn, taters, some grilled meat. And I also whipped up the primitive armor. I think I ran out of duct tape, which you need for the level 5. So I only got, what is that? The gloves, the hood, and the outfit. Good morning. Always gotta stop to say good morning, everyone. Sweet, so we throw all that on. We scrap the old crap. We're gonna head back down. I'm sure I said something mildly inappropriate and complain about Trader Rex like having that big announcement. Anywhoozle, so we're gonna head back on over to our Horde Base location, and you can see a better view of like how far away it is from here. The night before, I had set up the scaffolding ladder in the back there, made out of cobblestone. Oh, we just jumped right here. Sweet. So these are going to be our 0.025 meter tight ropes. And I'm just, words. As I'm explaining here, is I like to do these 90-degree turns on them. And not like an actual turn, but like a little bit of a gap jump here. When I finally get the rotation down, I'm like, God dang it, you moron. These things are so hard to snap. So I try to turn around. It doesn't work either. So we take out our nerd polage. We create a little path to snap the 0.025 meter poles on top of, and just like that, bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. End up doing the same thing on the other side here. We're going to skip ahead. And here I'm pointing out this little gap between the 2 tight ropes. And I do take out that floating piece too. But what that little gap does is that causes zombies to kind of path goofy. So they still consider it a path, but they have a hard time jumping over it. And we're just going to continue on the tight ropes. So this final segment right here, when I place that down, that is like 3 90-degree turns on the tight rope, which zombies have a really hard time with. So it really helps trickle them, and half of them will fall off. And that just makes fighting so much easier. So we're going to nerd pole up here, create our final fighting platform. And I'm sure the whole time I had this witty commentary that was super exciting. what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to like kind of speed build the rest of this, and if I feel like it in the next episode, I will explain all that I did. Yeah, we're just going to speed through the rest of this because it's such a basic, it's going to end up being, I think, a porcupine little hidey hole up here. And the beginning of next episode, which I'm going to record shortly after I'm done editing this, that way it's all still fresh in my head. We're going to have a porcupine episode. Gosh darn it, I am losing my mind. I'm sure you can tell I'm a little bit frustrated that I got to do the voiceover. So yeah, you'll see that's the first shape of the final platform there. I'll speed build the rest of this, and we'll either go over it this episode or the beginning of next episode. I'll show what I built, because next episode will be Horde Nights. So yeah, hope you guys are excited to go see that. And let's just build a base here. And stopped. So apparently that is all I built. Oh well. So we're gonna head over to Motel 8 here, get this fired up. Now, it was not really an exciting POI, except for 1 or 2 instances. I did not check, like, every single room, nothing like that. I just kind of want to get the POI done. I was kind of back in the base building mood. We're going to look around, found the janitor's closet here, figured I'd get some nice supplies. And all of a sudden, it happens. Roar! And I'm like, Eeka Zandy! So we start duking it off, and then boom. Gosh darn it, we're kind of in a pickle now. So we'll beat the heck out of this dude. I'm sure I had some witty commentary about how handsy he's getting and how I'm infected and I'm bandages. This might have actually been the instance where I'm like, hey, I've got antibiotics on me. No, I actually did not. But I had some back in base. I wasn't overly concerned about it. That's right, I wasn't overly concerned. So we're just going to dome this dude through the hole he made. Insert witty joke here. Probably commentate how I'm laying pipe on pipe right there to wreck him. Yeah, get wrecked, fool. Get wrecked. There wasn't a whole lot of awesome loot in here. Nudie magazine schematic. Of course we're going to take that. I think there's like a little bit of food in that pile. But oh well. I wanted to break in. I wanted to get the fetch portion of the job done. Now, I always hate... Well, one, I hate the fact that I never reload my weapons. But I always hate taking out the contractors. Contractors how I got started on YouTube. You know, playing on Spartan 85's channel. We'll sit down some spikes for them to start using the door. Like, gosh darn it, story of my dang life. I've boo-hooed about that a little bit. But first, we got Bowler Steve. Yeah, you go land your spikes there, dude. What's up, contractor? Welcome back to the party. You just fall down over nothing. Now, I'm very proud of Contractor for not hanging out with Jiggle Physics this time. I always feel like dirty, because I kind of picture myself more as the Contractor. And yeah, him and Jiggle Physics, ugh. So pick up our loot here. Nothing in that toilet. We got a nudie magazine armored up over here. Get that all red. We did get Lucky Looter as well. A pipe baton. We'll check out all the rest of the stash. There wasn't a whole heck of a lot still at this POI. But what happened was, I think I ran out of cobblestone when I was building the Horde Base, and that's why I just kind of scooted off and did this job. Let me return back to Trader Rectum. I make a comment here about entering his back door. You know he's got it coming. And talk to him. So we have cobblestone rocks there. I'd probably end up going for the skill magazine bundle, but the rocks is what we actually need more. Pick up another job.
Let's make a pact.
We're gonna head to Honeysuckle Trailer Park. That's something we do in this episode.
Bathe before coming.
We're gonna head out this direction. And I think I'm going back about, oh, I'm gonna go check supplies. Maybe we'll go head on this mission over here. And with the new cobblestone, I wanted to go touch up the rest of the base that I could. So here, I like to use these windows now. I don't know why I started using them, but they're just kind of handy. We do them on the other side as well. So we place down our hatch, whoop-de-doo, head on the other side. The really cool thing, and I think I showed it here, is with the hatch behind it, you can easily shoot through the zombies, and they can't make it through that. So it's pretty nice just to have the hatch there, and if they're clawing at the base, sweet, fantastic. Now this part, I did a shout out to OK Gamer because she uses these double pillars, which are really handy because it gives you a nice, like, broad view of the zombies for melee, but the zombies still can't get through. As I'm sitting here probably boo-hooing about something or some lame joke, dude, I suck at talking. So then airdrop comes, we're like, ooh, goody, airdrop. We have nothing better to do. I'm gonna get resources tonight. May as well go get the airdrop. Hell yeah, let's go do that. Come on, Steve. Next scene. So this particular airdrop was actually in the desert biome, which is really super close to us. The biome's like just like 30-second walk away. So yeah, I was pretty ticked off that all there was a wooden club. We got some mod bundles. Sweet, we'll open those later. Now this POI is called Pete's Hidey Hole. So you know, I had a couple good jokes in here about going inside of Pete's Hidey Hole. So looking at it though, it is like a big massive cave, and it's got the water in there. It's got like 3 areas where you can actually fall down and drop. We did have ourselves a few guests in here. Of course, contractors got a couple ladies with them. A little disappointed in his life choices with that one, but the end of the world happened, so I guess in the end it doesn't matter that much. I'm gonna beat off loose Lois here. She likes the pipe. Yeah, you like that, don't you, girl? Here comes the contractor. I'm giving him the what for about his life choices and hanging out with burning shaft ladies. We give him a couple whacks. Come on, go down. Steve, get better at this damn game so I can move on with the commentary here. Throw down a couple of spikes. Keep checking behind me because the that last dude that was down here, the way his audio was coming in was a bit weird. So let those ladies get hung up on my wood. Give these guys a couple cracks to the skull here. Like a sack of taters. He goes, excellent. Check the loot bag. I don't remember what was in it. Ooh, yeah, that's right. We got whatever that magazine was. You clicked too fast there, dum-dum. Some forged iron. We'll crack into this passing gas crate. The loot here wasn't amazing, but it was okay. I'm sure I was saying something really awesome, like, ooh, I really like that magazine. Herp-a-derp. So we're just checking everything out. We read that for the XP, I think. Take a crack at that little thing. I don't know why I'm so infatuated with leaving all this in. We're gonna swim across here. Whee! I look up, I was admiring everything, like, oh, this would be a cool place to build a horde base. And I realized that I had not yet done the drink water from a raw source yet. Shroomage. Alright, Steve, we've seen enough. So on my way back, though, I ended up following the waypoint for the quest marker instead of my home base there, so I kind of felt derpy. And I built myself a wooden club on the way back because I was looking at the stats, and it does do better than the wooden, or the regular pipe baton. So that was not a bad choice there. Pick that up. Crack it in the nudie magazine box, nothing in there. So this trailer park, we've done it before on stream with Spartan85, and then all of a sudden a dog comes up behind me. I'm like, ah, shit, gotta deal with this dog. Let the dog be there, and holy moly, donut shop, this dude's here. And you're gonna see it pause right here. I have a Windows button on my mouse, which is really annoying, and I do have like a toothpick in there, so I don't push down, but I panicked so hard that I ended up going back to the Windows screen, so it paused there. Get back into it, take care of this dude. Give him a couple whacks. But again, this trailer park was not overly exciting. We've done it on stream before. It, yeah, pretty basic one. Get Lassie out of here. God, I hate killing the dogs in this game. One, they suck to fight, and two, they're puppies. You don't want to hurt puppies. So moving along here, we switch on over to this particular trailer, and look who's there. My girl. I love you, Big Mama. Yeah. She got them zombie titties. My favorite. So we'll keep whacking her off. Oh gosh, I hate beating her. Wish you could have like a pet zombie or somebody just take her around with you like the end of Shaun of the Dead. Just have Big Mama there play some video games with me and do unspeakable things. But for now, we have to kill her. We give her some wood in her mouth, bada bang. Check out up the skirt. You got to do that. Take care of the little love triangle we got going on here with the mechanic. So the rest of the loot was not all fantastic, but the cool part about this POI is like the end loot is scattered in the trailers. So that's kind of different, you know, kind of fun. On the way back though, like, oh, a cement mixer. Let's see what's inside. Get the forge ahead, and I'm like, I got so much in my inventory here. I was like, screw it. I'll just get rid of this beer. Go ahead, drinky poo, drinky poo. Get a little tipsy. That's always a smart thing to do in the zombie apocalypse. We got a nice, decent buzz going on. And of course, Lassie wants to pick a fight with me while I'm drunk. So give her a couple whacks in the head. Brain our leg there, get infected. That's what we get for getting drunk and fighting dogs. So we stumble inside of Rex.
Everything's for... Well,
We end up going with the shotgun ammunition here, but first I gotta clear out some space in my inventory. So I sell them a few things I'm not gonna carry anymore. I'm contemplating just taking apart the commando outfit so I can get the armor pieces. Come on, Steve, clear the room. Move along, buddy. Oh, we got enough space there. Now, when I was in the trailer park, I did put a point into Pack Mule. That's why I can carry a little bit more. And I think I'm going to leave the rest of the spots for armor pocket mods.
Agree? Your first job was going to be
So yeah, we'll pick up our shotgun shells, because hopefully we get a decent one soon. Hit that complete button. Thank you, Steve. We have a second round, and we're going to get the... I think we go with the Fireman's Almanac here, which helps with hyperthermal protection. So we're contemplating that, talking about which magazine we want to pick up. We picked that up. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. We're going to go pick up another mission here. It's going to be a fetch way yonder, but we're not going to do that today. We're pretty much wrapping up this episode here. I thought I did complete the rest of the Horde base on camera. I must not have. So I guess I get to go back and show that off with proper commentary this time. Crazy cat lady wanted to come inside of the base, but I wanted to wrap up. It was getting night, so I just closed the door on her and walked away. So yeah, I am sorry about the fact that I did not get the mic audio. OBS did have an update like shortly after I after I recorded this episode. So I obviously tested it. That's how we're talking right now. I got it working. It decided to swap out mics on me to one that's not, active. So that's kind of a bummer, but I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'm sorry it was not an overly exciting commentary episode, but such a bummer. But we powered through it. We did progress a little bit. I don't know why I'm waving my hands right there. But yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you. Up next, we have Horde Night, gonna finish up the base. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun times. We only have, 3 episodes a week now, and the Horde Night a week, 5 days in between Hordes. Pretty sweet, pretty sweet. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, Steve, and bye, all of you.